Today we're working on lesson 14 in module 6, and our learning goal is we can decompose arrays. So we already know that the word decompose means to break apart. So we are going to be breaking apart the arrays and also thinking about them in terms of parts of a number bond. Sally has a rectangular birthday cake cut into 24 pieces with 6 rows. So here you'll see I have the rectangle set up already. So each one has 6 rows going across. Jim wants to break apart the cake into 2 separate but equal arrays. So we need to figure out a way to have 2 separate but equal arrays. What are the 2 different ways that he can cut the array? How do you know? So one of the things I'm thinking about is I know that we can break things apart by thinking about rows and columns. So this first one, I know it has a total of 6 rows. So if I were to label the rows, there are 4 in each row. And if I wanted to divide this cake by rows, I could cut the cake in half. So I'm cutting it across into 2 pieces. So I know that the total number of rows is 6, but now I've broken it apart into 3 rows of 4 and another 3 rows of 4. So when I think about the value of each part, 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 12. So one way that he can cut it is he can cut Sally's cake into 3 rows of 4, and you would still have 2 equal pieces with 12 slices in each. Now here's the same cake, but this time I could cut it by thinking about columns. So if I divided the cake right down the middle into columns, now this cake would be divided into 2 columns with 6 in each. And this part is also 2 columns of 6. Now to find those values, I can think about adding 6 plus 6 equals 12. Now, he has the same exact amount of cake, he's just cut it into different ways. So when I go back to think about the question, what are 2 different ways he can cut the array? I can say, Jim can cut the array into 3 rows of 4 or 2 columns of 6. Now, we know that this will work because 12 plus 12 gives you the whole of 24 pieces, which is in the problem. And similarly, if we broke it apart into the columns, 12 and 12 would give you the 24 again. So I could say, I know because 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12, and 12 plus 12 equals 24, and 6 plus 6 equals 12, and 12 plus 12 equals 24, which is the total number or total pieces of birthday cake. So today, you're going to be working on decomposing arrays by thinking about columns and rows. And I want you to remember to use your repeated addition sentence and make sure it matches either the columns, the rows which go across, or the columns which go up and down. And label your work so that it's easier to keep track of. I look forward to seeing your application problem today so that I can give you some feedback. And remember, if you need anything, feel free to reach out.